Hello and welcome to the CPG Guys podcast, set at the intersection of commerce and tech. Your hosts, Sri Rajagopalan and Peter V.S. Bond, explore how brands and retailers engage consumers in a digitally driven world. And now, here are the CPG Guys.
Hello and welcome to the CPG Guys podcast. It's a very special episode here. I am, of course, your co-host, PVSB, when I'm not crooning in front of a microphone. I'm leading industry and client engagement at Flywheel, the commerce acceleration division of Omnicom. I am, of course, joined by my ride or die. He's my BFF. He's the chief revenue officer at Think Blue Consulting. He is also former CCO at General Mills. He's Papa Raj to his daughter's fans. We will mention them later tonight. And of course, he is the man known as Sri. Sri, welcome. How you doing, man? What you been doing tonight? You've been pretty busy the last couple hours.
Ria decided to host some people at home, so there was a bunch of people at home.
That must be why you're in the studio recording.
Intently watched the Super Bowl commercials. I wasn't so into the game, believe it or not. When your episode is sponsored for actually reading ads, it becomes a different level of fun. You know? There's a reason to watch the whole thing for 4 hours.
Well, I think you and I will both agree that the clear MVP of the game was the Seahawks kicker because he scored almost all the points.
Yeah, the one thing I'll tell you, Peter, those first 12 points kind of put the game away.
Yeah.
The points that came after that, from 2 turnovers, 15 points, that was the game after that pretty much. That's how it was 29, right?
Yep, big deal.
Patriots had a shot in this game. I mean,
I thought they did
turnovers. I mean, they had a shot.
You know, the thing is, such low level of penalties in this game.
Yeah, I think maybe 4 or 5, maybe.
Unheard of how low it was.
Agreed. Completely unheard of, this level of low. I don't think the Seahawks had a penalty in the first half.
No. So for our audience, if you haven't guessed it already, this is our annual Super Bowl advertising recap episode. Sri and I painstakingly listened to over 60 plus commercials, not including all the ones that Peacock just threw in to advertise its own shows. But we're gonna talk to you about them. We're not going to get through every single one of them. We will go quarter by quarter, but we're going to start. You know what I hate about most shows, Sri, like the Oscars and the Emmys? They always save the best movie or best drama for the very end. All right, you and I aren't going to do that. We're going to come right out and say what our favorite commercials were. So I'm going to open it up to you, Sri. What were your 3 favorite commercials that you saw today?
Hey, before we do anything else, Peter, I think it's important to recognize we have several sponsors of this episode. So I want to say thank you. You know who you are. It gave Peter and me more purpose to watch it and get this. Literally stay glued to TV to watch every single piece of this. So, Peter, I obviously am going to pick the State Farm commercial first in my top 3. Let's do 3, Peter.
Hold on, Sri. On
the Super Bowl commercial.
Sri, you're watching me on TV. I'm spinning my hands. I'm walking along my arm.
It's not every day, Peter. Your offspring, your family is there on the Super Bowl.
Your daughter was in the first commercial after kickoff.
First commercial on Super Bowl,
and it was funny.
Mind-boggling.
It was funny.
Then another one that I loved a lot was Serena Williams for what was it?
Row. It was Row.
Which
she
is
lost 34 pounds. Yep.
I'm going to put that in my top 3, Peter. And I got to pick the Dunkin' Donuts ad. I mean, it was insane, the all-star cast. George Costanza, Ben Affleck, Ted Danson. Let's see, who else?
Matt LeBlanc.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
That
Jaleel White, Jasmine Guy.
Jaleel White, yep. I had another few competing 10 out of 10, but I wouldn't put them in my top 3, but I'm still going to rate them 10 out of 10, but we'll get to them as we cover quarter by quarter. I do have 5 or 6 10 out of 10s, to be honest with you. Not all of them are the quality as bad. Some of them are for the messages of the ads.
Yeah.
But that was about it. I've only got 2 more that got a 10 out of 10. So what were your
here are mine, Sri. 2 of them we agree on. I think that the opening State Farm ad with Cat's Eye was absolutely hilarious. It caught my attention. Maybe I'm a little biased. I don't care. I love my girls, and Cat's Eye kicked it. Obviously, Goodwill Dunkin' by Dunkin' Donuts, just cavalcade of celebrities.
No surprise there. I think our generation, there was a super hit.
My third one was a real, tugged at my heart. It was Ring. So Ring did an ad talking about how they are, at no cost, helping people who've lost their dogs upload a photo of their dog and the location where the dog was lost. And they are using all of the deployed cameras out there, right, to find dogs. And they say they are finding at least one dog every day that is reported lost and uploaded through the Ring system. No cost you don't have to have Ring. Just go to their website, upload the pictures, say where you lost your dog, and the AI within Ring will take over. They're going to look for the dog, and their goal is to reunite dogs with their owners. What a great commercial that was, Sri.
I couldn't agree more with the help of AI, which leads me to talk about themes. Here's what I thought were very persistent 3 themes through the ads. Number 1, AI. Every company that's large and scaled in size, Microsoft Copilot, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, several uses of AI. Even the Ring ad showed use of AI. So what's the big takeaway from that, Peter? AI is here. Like, no more AI in the future. It's this mystic, cryptic thing. It's here, folks. Better start using it. That was a big one for me. The second one was weight loss drugs. Oh my goodness.
A lot of GLP-1.
I don't know how many we saw, 5, 6, all GLP-1, gone all the diet fads and all the eat this, eat that, diet bars. None of that stuff was in there. It was all straightforward. Use GLP-1, get healthy. And the third and last one that I think was, man, that was a Super Bowl commercial filled with all-star cast of celebrities.
Yeah.
Any themes you observe different? Anything you agree?
There's one I'll add that I thought was going to be more of a theme, and it really didn't show its head until the fourth quarter, and that was the use of QR codes. Only 2 commercials had a call to action around a QR code. One was the Salesforce, and the other one was Lay's. To get
Lay's actually carved out on the farm field, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, and they said we'll get you the bag of chips within 72 hours. But that was the only other major theme. There were some nostalgia ones in addition to Duncan. There was Matthew Broderick doing Ferris Bueller. There was Adam Sandberg imitating Neil Diamond. There was there were some really interesting ones. But let's go through it, Sri. So let's start in the first quarter.
Let's go to first quarter, and I'll kick it off. I'm going to say it again, Peter. It's not every day you get an offspring. My daughter kicked off Super Bowl commercials with the first ad after the whistle, which is mind-boggling. Here are some of the ones I liked in the first quarter. I liked the Lay's potato farmer ad. I put that up there. It was very touching to see a father hand over. You and I are girl dads. We talk about it often on the show.
Yep.
We talk about empowering women. It felt very empowering. He was literally passing it on his retirement, passing on his farm, stay connected with Lay's potatoes supply. That felt special to me. I've already talked about Row and weight loss one. A couple others that really hit hard home for me was Instacart with Benson Boone. I thought that was, do you remember that one? It was really, really, really nice.
It was the banana ripeness selector.
And Ben Stiller with the disco song. I thought that was kind of funny,
and
but
Benson Boone, it was a little nostalgic.
Benson Boone in an ad, how bad can it be? So I kind of like that one. Let me see if I've got another superstar in Q1. I do want to talk about. Let's get your superstars in Q1.
I'm going to go a different direction. Sure, I'm going to tell you what I didn't really like. Right after that phenomenal Cat's Eye opener, you had Colin Jost and Michael Che, who are 2 of the funniest people as co-hosts of Weekend Update on SNL. Their commercial for DraftKings, yawn.
3 out of 10 in my eyes.
Just yawn. Horrible. Another one that wasn't really compelling to me. The Brad Pitt coming soon Netflix advertisement.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know. I don't care. Did nothing for me.
Very average.
And I would say, in addition to that, okay. I don't really like the apartments
with Dr. Shah.
I like that. It was okay.
4.
Okay, you didn't like that.
I mean, if you're gonna use actors for ads, at least pick somebody a little bit more in it. It's Liquid Death, man. Like, it's an
Okay.
energy-filled brand and product. Like, that guy
Right.
was just rattling off like he was reading from a prompter.
Yeah, I will say this. I could argue that the Jeff Goldblum and Heidi Gardner apartments.com and homes.com weren't. It was okay, but I don't really.
Give it 5.
It's just Jeff's played that character out enough. I'm done with it.
But
I
Peter,
actually
let me tell you
liked.
what, even a 5
I actually
and
liked.
3.
I want to say one I liked. I actually liked the Claude AI one, where the guy's talking to his trainer, and
Height
after a
edition.
couple seconds, you realize he's just an AI bot. And I thought
like
that was so reminiscent of what it's like when you call an AI bot when you have a problem. You call your insurance company and you have to answer like 5 questions before you can finally talk to an actual
It's
person.
a stark hit in the face how important AI has become and it's prevalent in retail life. And it's good to see all these ads because it's a reminder. I want to pick a couple other bottom of the barrel ones.
Yeah.
I already mentioned Liquid Death was pretty disappointing for me.
Yeah.
I could not understand the Minions one that ended the first quarter. I don't know what that was. Did you get
Everybody
that one?
likes the Minions. They're from Despicable Me. They're cute little characters. It was just the movie's coming. It's fine. It didn't offend me.
I've watched Despicable Me 1, 2, and I think even 3, right? When Rhea and Laura were younger, but I just don't know what, like it didn't hit home at all whatsoever.
Okay, that's all right.
I had high hopes for another one, Peter, and I want to pick your brain on this. I want us to debate this one. Meta glasses. The Oakley Meta glasses. They showed the ad twice. Once in the first quarter, I think. Third quarter.
No, it was the beginning. It was okay. So here's how I actually classified that as the first commercial in the second quarter because I did it. The first quarter was over and it was in the commercial break between the first and the second. So I qualified that as second quarter. So it was. I understand what it is. Is you ask? You and I both have Meta glasses. I don't know if you use the function instead of using your Siri device on your Apple or if you're in the house, Alexa, right?
Yep.
It was fine, but it didn't blow me away.
What about the Premium one with the chessboard, robots playing games, and what that ad didn't convey for me when all the other AI ads conveyed use cases.
Yes.
This opening one did not.
No good, no clear use case.
That's a miss. And then one last one I want to hit up for a second here is the Star Wars with Darth Vader and me.
Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Yeah.
What do you rate that out of 10? It's Star Wars, for Pete's sake.
I mean, everybody loves Star Wars.
5.
And everybody loves Grogu. It wasn't offensive to me, but it didn't blow me away. Middle of the road. Middle
of the road at best, right? And then what about seeing Kurt Russell in Michelob Ultra?
Hey, I love Kurt Russell. Love Goldie Hawn. Great people.
Generation superhero.
That totally fed into the ethos of who Kurt Russell is. It was fun.
I couldn't agree more, right? And then I got one more for you, Peter.
Yep.
People who saw the game with me today at my home, they loved the Squarespace ad. I did not.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I'm
below average for me.
It's like GoDaddy's already done that. Move on. Just move on. All right, let's move to the second quarter.
Let's go to the second quarter and pick our top 3. You go first.
I actually liked the WeatherTech. I thought the commercial showed that WeatherTech was more than just floor liners of a car. They showed other things that they do, and they do it very well. It expands the brand. It didn't need celebrities. I thought it delivered against what its objective was. I love the Levi's commercial with James Brown singing in the background. I feel good. And it showed people waving their behinds. I thought that was good. And I like the Uber Eats commercial. I like the Brad Cooper and Matthew McConaughey commercial. I thought that was good. It was a playoff of the one he did last year. I loved when he looked at the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton and said, "Look, it's a giant orange juicer." That was kind of funny.
I'll pick my top 3 here. I agree with you on one of these. It was the Bradley Cooper one. Did you mention that one?
Yeah, I did.
That's a no-brainer to me. I mean, Uber Eats. I mean, it's again all-star cast: Matthew McConaughey, Bradley Cooper. They carry the ad, right? Like absolutely exceptional. Others stood out for me. Come on, man. How can you not like Backstreet Boys and T-Mobile in
Yeah,
store?
I didn't like. I didn't like that one.
Not the
It was just
karaoke
too.
one, the one in store.
No. It was just the one. I know which one. It's just that the Backstreet Boys was. It was campy, and they changed too many of the lyrics, and it was just silly, and it didn't
Did you
do
not
it for
listen
me.
to the Backstreet Boys when you were younger?
I was not a boys band kind of guy, Sri.
That means you didn't like NSYNC either.
No, I didn't like NSYNC.
Wow.
The only thing I quasi liked with NKOTB.
Hang in tough. That's older though. That's like
and if you want to go the boys band genre, I love BB.
What about Rocket Mortgage? Did you watch that one?
I did watch the Rocket Mortgage one. That was an interesting one. It showed people packing to go to new houses. In one case, it was a mother and a daughter. Clearly, they'd gone through a divorce, and the mother was reassuring the daughter.
Was fun.
I mean, it was that was a good one. And I also love the one on anti-Semitism by
the feature dog you had me at hello, and by the way, a little off the record thing I researched right after the game. The song was by Lady Gaga, so I'm going to give that a few brownie points. She did
sing the
Oh, I do not want to miss the Blue Square Alliance
stand up,
which had the anti-hate message, which I thought was and the sign of the times where we are right now. I think having such an ad for somebody to spend $7 million on an ad for 30 seconds, kudos to Blue Square Alliance for doing that. It was an ad going solidly against anti-Semitism, so I like that ad a lot.
Goodwill Duncan was second quarter, so that was one of our favorites. We both agreed on that.
Before you get there, how about the one that I won't forget? I'm going to leave State Farm alone for a while because obviously that's my daughter's ad. But the one I will not forget was a bunch of toilets and potties.
Phil Collins
with liquid IV ad. Like no one's going to forget that ad. I mean, it's not a great ad. It's like cheesy, but you're just not going to forget it. It's going to haunt you.
It played a classic Phil Collins song, so everyone from my gen will remember that. The ones that I really didn't like was the other Backstreet Boys, the crypto Coinbase. Horrible ad. I don't even know what that's about. There was another ad by Kinder, the Bueno No Bueno with William Fichtner, who now William Fichtner is a character actor. He plays a conservative Supreme Court justice in my single favorite episode of The West Wing. It's from season 5. It's called The Supremes, and he's being nominated. He's great. I love him. He's a great actor, but it's not going to make me buy their candy bar. I didn't like that commercial.
No, I don't even know how that candy bar tastes, but now I'm going to go try it. At least it was on national TV. What about I thought the Microsoft Copilot AI ad, which highlighted the use case of NFL prospecting and the use of analytics. I'm just thinking aloud, Peter. In baseball, you know how important statistics are in recruiting and every single game, every single pitch.
Moneyball was all about that, right?
The coaches are going to have AI-backed every single pitch. They're going to have AI-backed stats.
Of course.
To play call signals.
That is you and I are both familiar with one of our favorite baseball books, Moneyball by Michael Lewis.
Absolutely.
Where he talked about how the Oakland A's arbitrage the game before people really understand how to use all these statistics and crunch big numbers. So I agree with you. So
I want to tell you what my bottom of the barrel ad was on this. So
what didn't you like?
It was a TurboTax ad with Adrian Brody.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Like having Adrian Brody say I'm struggling to do my taxes with TurboTax,
drama-free,
it's going to help me. Do you think the dude has ever done his own taxes in his life? No. Maybe when he was 18. No. That one didn't resonate with me at all. There's one other one I want to kind of talk about for a second. It's
Tylenol liquid gels. Tylenol liquid gels. Yawn. Why did they put that commercial in the Super Bowl?
I didn't get that. That must have been a local, regional one. I must have gotten something else.
That's why. Now I know why. Because it was a local one. Because they didn't put any production money into it.
Universal Studios at that time. Did you see any of the Universal?
I saw that one. That was fine.
We had it twice.
I only saw it once. That's what the difference was.
But
All
I
right.
want you to give me your bottom two for the second quarter, including the 2-minute warning ads.
Okay. The Nerds Gummy Clusters with Andy Cohen. He is so oversaturated. He's really not that funny. He thinks he's because he's the host of a talk show on Bravo and all the housewives love him. He thinks he's really funny, but
I agree,
you know what?
Peter.
All I do is I see him get drunk on New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper. He makes a fool of himself. He's just a gadfly as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm very below average. Do you have a second
no
one
interest
for
in
the
doing
bottom?
Okay, I would say the Coinbase is Coinbase is at the bottom.
Yeah, so for
with
me,
Andy
the
Cohen.
3 are 2 out of 2 we match, and then TurboTax with Adrian Brody. I have no idea what that was about.
All right, so let's move on to halftime, Sri.
Let's do the
All right,
halftime.
what
Well,
did
we
I
gotta
like?
talk
So
about the halftime first. Did you by any chance turn on and watch the what was it, the Patriot Show, whatever it was with Kid Rock?
The Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA. My apologies.
Well, it got first of all, X announced before a couple minutes before the show that they weren't going to live stream it because they were concerned with copyright infringements. So suddenly, the only one carrying it was YouTube.
They got
and
about
no,
5
I didn't.
million views.
I do understand that the person who helped organize it, the lead singer, was criticized for lip syncing to the song that he performed. So I'll just leave it at it was. Let's just say it was a bunch of not ready for primetime players.
So I want to talk about Bad Bunny's performance. Bad Bunny is one of the greatest stars of our time, and I saw him live at the Grammys. He couldn't perform because he was contracted by the NFL 2 weeks before. 2 weeks later, he can't. But he did win Album of the Year. I mean, he was sitting in the first, literally right in front of the stage. You know, Laura said she made eye contact with him. Daniela took a picture with him. Latino bonding going on over there.
You notice he was sitting alone? Do you know why he was sitting alone, Sri?
No, I do not know. Tell me.
Do you know that if you look at him, he was looking very bulky? It's because he was wearing a Kevlar vest under his tuxedo. He had received so many death threats going into that he was wearing that, and he was also concerned for other people that he didn't want to be seated next to someone where they could possibly get hurt if something happened to him. That's why he was seated alone.
Peter, I had no idea how.
Yeah, and he was, and part of why he looked a little bulky on the Super Bowl. He was wearing a Kevlar vest under his uniform. Normally, he would show.
Oh yeah, he looked like super bulky.
He would have his chest exposed. Normally, he didn't because his life had been threatened. That's a really serious thing.
Makes me very sad. I mean, did you like Lady Gaga? Like that was a little bit of a
Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin,
I get the Latino connection, and he was a superstar.
Gaga was awesome.
But what was the Lady Gaga connection in there? Like it literally didn't make. I was expecting Cardi B because he's got a song with her, but that didn't happen. But man, the stage sets were insane.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. The pageantry was great. His music is not necessarily my cup of tea. I thought it was nice. I loved, when they was playing the big band stuff and you've got the horns, it reminds me of Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. You got that Latin flavor. It was great. It's not my kind of music, so it didn't blow me away the way Billy Joel would have. By the way, Sri, do you know that there are only 2 people that have ever performed the national anthem twice at the Super Bowl? One of them. Billy Joel is one. Aaron Neville is the other. Little tidbit of trivia for our audience.
Streaming numbers of Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
His song on Spotify, 2.398 billion. Do you hear that?
Couldn't break 2.4 billion. What's the problem?
Second streamed one, 1.385 billion.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, that was a halftime show for the ages.
It was
useless controversy created for no reason whatsoever.
Let's be honest why it was created. It was created for people to monetize. What happens? Anger drives stickiness to television. It was all about ratings. It was all about.
Then I like the way he closed it with "Love, Not Hate." That's the way the world is going to move forward. I love the closing message, and what a great show. I know my kids probably watched it, and Loved it too. Ria was
All right.
with me. Laura's traveling back from Switzerland, but what a
So,
great
Shri,
halftime show. The sets were just insane. Let's go to the
what
halftime ads. Real
would you like?
chat, buddy. How'd you like that one?
Bill Shat, I love it. It's Shat, Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran is fiber. Fiber flows it through. I loved the commercial. Loved it. I also liked the NFL commercial.
All the halftime ads, please.
I love the halftime ad with the NFL where it's a little kid saying "I'm a champion," and
that one.
Yeah,
No
that
doubt
was
about
very
it.
good. That was very good. I liked. Let's see what else I liked there.
Bud Light with Post Malone.
Yeah, it was fine. That was fine.
I love the sentence he says right at the beginning, which I don't know if people noticed. He says right up front to Peyton Manning, "Do we have enough for everyone?"
Yeah, but
what happened with Bud Light 3 years ago?
Yeah, no, they've been trying to dig themselves out ever since.
Yeah, but it's Post Malone. I'm not going to debate that one. One of my favorite.
What didn't you like?
The NFL and the kid, but another good one, Mike Tyson. You watch that one?
I did.
Was it regional?
No, I did, and it was for real good food. It was a government. It was talking about stop eating processed foods. I don't know if Mike is
pretty
the
much
one I
eat. 90% of the advertisers who came from food and bev are all processed foods. So a little comical in my eyes, but but the message is a good one. Can't deny that. And then all the AI ads I put right up top, Chat GPT with the tamales.
Did you like the Matthew Broderick one on GenSpark? I mean, I love the Ferris Bueller reference, but I still don't know what GenSpark does.
I have no idea what GenSpark does.
Exactly.
And wait a minute, Peter. Wait a minute, Peter. We did not get a GenSpark ad. Instead, we got a local ad for Law Brothers, 800-222-2222.
Didn't get
that one, did you?
I didn't get that.
Yeah, we didn't get the Matthew Broderick one.
I also got one by Boehringer Ingelheart with Sofia
Vergara. It was okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, did it stand out?
And I got one for Svedka vodka, the vodka one with the robots. That was silly.
Yeah, Svedka vodka was okay with the robots. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Now, I liked the Southwest Airlines one where
wasn't
they
a
showed
national one. Didn't see.
Okay, so here's what they did on mine. It showed a bunch of people running like crazy to get to seats on the airplane, and it was madness. I don't want a middle seat. And then all of a sudden it got calm. They said, "Guess what? We now have assigned seats." It was a nice commercial.
More money is what I see.
All right, shall we go to the third quarter?
The only one I'm going to talk about NBC is the Jurassic ad. Do you like that one?
The Jurassic ad was actually, I did like that one.
Universal Studio, end of the day. Or was it Xfinity? I forget.
No, it was Xfinity, and that's actually in
Q3.
In the third quarter.
Right.
That's the third. Let's go to the third quarter.
Wait, so I want you to pick your bottom of the barrel in halftime. Sorry, no offense, but I'm going to say it. I don't believe religious ads should be on TV, period. The Church of Scientology, is that a religion?
That was a local one. I had Life 360. I don't know what Life 360 is. They had another one, Takova's Be Brave.
We didn't get either.
Okay, so there's some regional ones. The GenSpark one wasn't very good to me.
Oh yeah, we did get that GenSpark.ai.
Yeah, I love Matthew Broderick.
Cases?
That's my point. I don't know what the use case is.
They actually showed like PowerPoint and stuff, didn't they? You can automate your presentations.
Okay, see, I still don't really understand why I'm using that right now. But in any event, I want to move to the third quarter, Shri.
No, I got one last one we have to talk about.
Okay, what?
The Dream coming soon, Dreamy with Transformers. I love Transformers, man. You don't like Transformers?
Didn't see that one. It was local.
Rats. What a miss. All right, let's go to Q3. Your top
for
three,
me,
please.
obviously the I mentioned previously the Ring commercial was awesome. I also liked. I thought the Google Gemini home design was good. I thought the NFL blood test for prostate screening was good. Those were good to me.
All right, I'm gonna go number one ad for me in Q3.
And I forgot the Xfinity one for Jurassic Park was a what if? Like, what if the power hadn't failed? and it was still a
Jeff
great
Goldblum.
amusement park. Well, we wouldn't
Yeah,
have had like 17 Jurassic Park sequels after that. That's what if.
Yeah.
Which, Sri, you want to know something? I've never watched a single Jurassic Park
I've
movie.
watched them all.
I've never watched it.
Every single one.
You know why? Because I figured you'd watched it enough for both of us.
You know, I haven't seen Homeland, and everyone tells me it's the greatest show ever made.
I'm going to do
Never
another
watched.
admission here on the CPG Guys. You ready, Sri? I've never watched the movie Titanic.
I've seen Titanic. Have you watched Ted Danson? That's another one that comes back again and again. I have no idea what that is.
Which one? The commercial?
Yeah, no, what? No, sorry, I got that wrong.
Not Ted
It'll
Danson.
come back to me, but hold on, Peter, we're deviating.
Okay.
My top ads, the prostate cancer ad, I think
Yeah, very
message is
good.
absolutely fabulous. Rob Gronkowski, all-star cast, but shout out to Ria and Laura's friend. 2 people of Southeast Asian, Indian origin were on Super Bowl ads. They've never had a person of Indian origin on a Super Bowl ad, period. There were 2 today, Laura Raj, Cat's Eye, and Maitreya Ramakrishnan. And guess where she's from? Which country of birth?
Is she from Sri Lanka, Sri?
Sri Lanka. She was here home maybe 6 months ago having dinner with us, and we had a great conversation about Sri Lanka. But seeing her, she's part of one of the most popular Netflix shows ever made, Never Have I Ever, about a kid growing up through her teenage years into college. But the presence of Lady Gaga, Jisoo, Pokemon.com, that was the ad. I mean, the ad wasn't spectacular, but I'm going to rate it a high one because Maitri was in there and an all-star cast. Let's see. I like the Budweiser ad with the horse, the Golden Eagle. That's your classic all-American ad. Just for that reason, I'm going to pick it.
I'm
Sorry.
actually not, and here's why I didn't like that one, Sri. Because I expect the Clydesdale commercials to be really emotional, right? And
Fair.
you have
Fair.
the birth of an eagle, and then the eagle's riding on the back of the Clydesdale, and it's like it's satiristic, and to me, it kind of devalued just the pure, clean imagery. Like if it had been a younger horse and it was running along the older, it's a little more believable. But this was just so absurd that it lost it for me, being that iconic classic Budweiser commercial. Now it's just like comic relief. And like when the wings go up and you think you're seeing Pegasus with the wings above the horse. I was like, God, here's what they did, Sri, to me. You know what that was? It was a classic Henry Winkler jump the shark moment. That's what I saw. Want. Yep.
Then I think another one that I thought was I want to chat about Grubhub with George Clooney.
Eat the fees. Very simple. Did it communicate what it needed to? If you buy a meal over $50, there are no fees. Got it.
All of America now knows that.
Very, very simple. It communicated very well. I'll give them good scores for that.
Let me ask you a question. How do you sustain over $50 with no fees? You just raise the prices of everything on the app.
Of course. But so that's
people don't
free. Is it free when you have Amazon Prime?
No, I pay an annual fee.
No, but do you think that Amazon uses that money to subsidize the cost of delivery, or do they tell anyone who's selling in the Amazon Prime that they have to build the delivery fee into the actual price of the product? That's what they do. So that's my point, is that they're just doing what Amazon's doing.
So I want to talk about the Pringles ad with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
From a new album, Man-Child, with the guy she wanted to date, which was a Pringles robot, and it collapses. What do you think about that one? Cheesy?
Yeah, it was cheesy. By the way, to our audience, if you haven't caught it and you're a certain person of my age, Sabrina Carpenter is the guest on the latest rendition of The Muppet Show, a show that I reference very often on the CPG Guys. I sent it to you this morning. She is the special guest. They've rebooted. Seth Rogen is the executive producer, and he has rebooted The Muppet Show. And the very first guest is Sabrina Carpenter, and I thought it was hilarious. And Shree, you and I are in that episode. We're up in the balcony. Yes, Waldorf and Statler are back.
I still have no idea what he's
That's
talking
why
about.
I sent it to you so you can watch it and you'll know who we are.
What about Poppy Soda? Charlie XCX should have been much better. Like, I mean, literally her song, I'm your number one. I would have expected something much greater, below average. You've already talked about the ring security, one of, I thought it was a AI based, they find the dog. It's just exceptional ad in my eyes.
Yeah.
What else in this quarter? Anything that stood out for you? Anything?
There was the Ritz commercial with Scarlett Johansson and John Hamm. And didn't really do that much for me. It was okay.
Google Gemini AI, which kicked off Q3.
There was, I don't know if this is probably a local commercial, but there was one for Tree Hut with these women who were, okay, so that was a local one.
What was the Tree Hut one about?
It was a bunch of women. It was kind of like the 1984 Apple commercial, conformity. They're all in a room and one woman turns around and grabs a color bomb and throws it at the wall, and then they all start doing it. And I still don't know what the heck Tree Hut does.
All right, let's keep progressing here. So what do we got? Have we wrapped up?
So let's go to Q4. Can we go to Q4?
Pick your number 1 and 2. Pick your top 3, I'm sorry.
Number 1 is Adam Sandberg. Sweet sandwich time. Oh. I mean, it's just like, it's Hellman's? Neil Diamond. It's Hellman's mayonnaise. It's so freaking simple. You don't need to make it anything more than just fun, right? I thought the Wegovy commercial with Kenan Thompson, I thought that was good. And DJ Khaled. I also thought okay, I like the QR code for Lay's was compelling. It made me want to pick up my phone and scan the QR code. Yeah, those, I
think the last ad of the entire game till the whistle blew was hims and hers diagnostic.
Yes, diagnostic. What you think?
The weight loss, heart health, I think important message. It's just fascinating to me how much of your health now you can take into your own hands.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for some doctor to. But you know what that is? That's part of kind of like the WebMD generation where we want to diagnose ourselves.
But
I've got an Aura ring on. I've got a monitor on my phone. I've got all these things, and it's taking it to the next level. I can order my own labs.
Fair enough.
The ones that
Now keep going. What else was your Jen Scott you talked about here?
Yeah.
I really love the Lay's ad because the QR code,
was good.
Anything AI, I'm going to say.
But I didn't like I didn't like the Salesforce QR code one. It was a contest. How did that make me want to use Salesforce?
You know who the guy was, who the star of that episode, was Mr. Beast.
See, I wouldn't know that.
What's the most special thing about Mr. Beast? One of the highest YouTube subscribers in the world. Or number 2 on TikTok after Kabi Lave.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is like so freaking popular, but Salesforce is a B2B solution. Why are you on national TV? Like, you think the CEOs that are watching the show are going to remember Salesforce?
To me, Shree, the fourth quarter was not about the best commercials. It was about the worst. I don't know what the AI...
Let's go with dogs. I mean, what was that? With cartoon dogs.
I had AI coming with... AGI is coming, AI.com. I had another one for, maybe it was local, Base 44. We can all build apps.
Yeah. Build your own website.
How's that going to help me? And then the other one I really didn't like, and it stars one of my favorite actors, was the Alexa Plus ad with Chris Hemsworth. I don't want to know about a Terminator future where AI is figuring out ways of killing me. And they're trying to make light of it.
Why they made an ad saying that? That's a little louder.
Why?
Bizarre. I don't know, man. It was a little bizarre to me.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Put me a little like, whoa, I got to start to, like, if talking about scaring people, it scared people. The one credit I'm going to give Salesforce.com, even though the ad, I have no idea what that was about. It was the only other ad with a QR code for follow-up. And I didn't scan the QR code. Now I'm thinking back, maybe.
I didn't have my phone close enough to me because I was working on the keyboard of my iPad to make my comments on the episode. And when I saw it, I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Too late and I missed it.
Yeah. What did you get after the Chat GPT AI on the farm? Right at the top of the phone.
Hold on. Where is that one? The chat. Oh, where's Chat
Before
GPT?
Dave's Hot Chicken.
I know. I didn't get Dave's Hot Chicken. That was another local one.
Before Amazon Alexa, what'd you get?
Before Amazon Alexa was Tree Hut. That's what it was.
We didn't get that. Okay, so we got Dave's Hot Chicken, and what came right before that?
We got a Zepbound commercial, another GLP.
We didn't get that. We got Wells Fargo, and then it was ChatGPT.
Those were the local ones.
Very, very interesting, man. Another one that I thought was okay. Not going to rate it highly, but it was like okay. Was a Cadillac Formula One team. I didn't know Cadillac has a Formula One team. Now I know. That's the only reason I'll give it a 5.
Okay, there was another religious commercial, at least in my market. It was called "He Gets Us," and
yes,
it was more is not more to life. There's more to life than more.
Listen, the message of the ad was absolutely fabulous. That live your life. There's so much more in life, but I do not like religious commercials.
I just didn't know what the call to action was.
Oh, the call to action was pretty straightforward. It said, Jesus loves you.
No, I know, but they wanted you to go to it. There was a website, but I'm like, okay.
The message of the ad was fabulous. Live your life. Life is so much more.
That's fine.
The messaging was actually pretty powerful, but religious ads, I don't think have room on television.
All right.
All right. So what do we got? Did we miss anything?
No, I think we got everything. Here's my big question, Shri. We talked about what we liked. We talked about what we didn't like. This year, was it just a natural evolution year? You know, whatever the latest buzzword is, or was it a big step change? Did something phenomenally happen that you saw different about the ads in this year's Super Bowl?
Listen, my daughter was in a Super Bowl ad, the first one.
That's the single biggest one to
make. I
don't
need to go on any further, but 3 trends. I'm going to come back to them again.
Mhm.
AI is real. It's here. Pay attention, folks. No matter what corporate role you're in, it's either going to be productivity for you, helping you, assisting you every single day, or you're going to get analytics, insights. You determine what you're going to get: generative, adaptive, predictive. I decide, but AI is real. No more talking about AI like it's a future forward, mystical. The second one was weight loss and healthcare. There was a lot of ads on weight loss.
A lot of healthcare.
GLP-1 is real. I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions on GLP-1, but I think the facts and the data are coming out. Peter and I are not going to endorse anything, but it looks like GLP-1, the frequency of the ads, there's some silent revolution going on. And the third one was all-star cast of ads. I mean, I counted 77 celebrities in the 70-odd ads that were on the Super Bowl this year, 77. And I might have missed a few because I don't know. If anything, I want to say 75 plus. Any big distinct observations for you?
I agree with you. Health was front and center between the food health, the Mike Tyson ad, the Poppy ad for gut health. You had the GLP-1s, you had all the monitoring devices, a lot around health. And a lot of that has to do with the reality, Shri, is that television viewing audiences are getting older. And guess what happens when you get older? You talk about your health a lot more, don't you?
I agree, Peter. So the interesting thing there is the Super Bowl gets 130 million, all ages, everybody watches it. That's the part I didn't reconcile in my head, why it was a focus on the older generations. But then you look at
I think they still hold all the economic buying power.
Bad Bunny is clearly different generation.
You know, the problem is that too much of the wealth is concentrated in the older generation, Shri, compared to what we saw in the past.
Who's buying stuff, who can afford
it's the buying power. It's buying power. Shri, this has been long.
I love doing this.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up here with a question.
Yep.
Versus last year. Better, about the same, worse?
The topics are, you've covered them all, but I don't feel like the ads were any better this year than they were in the past.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more, right? Lots of sensationalism, a lot of celebrities, but the only one ad that stood out in my mind, and I will not forget it. It's going to haunt me for a while. That's going to haunt me for a bit. I talked about it. It started with parties, and it showed more parties and more parties and more parties. I can't forget that ad, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember that for a while. What's the one ad that you won't forget? Leave State Farm alone.
The Ring ad. The Ring ad. It just, now I know, like, God forbid Bala were to get out, what would I tell you to do immediately? Go on Ring. Shri, you need to get on Ring and put Bala's picture
I
there.
agree. And we had one such scare yesterday morning
Mhm.
where she now figured out how to squeeze. She's found the one iron bar opening that's more than 4 inches in the front of our house. Everything is 4 inches or less, so you can't cheek it. She's too big for it. She found one that's 6, and she now knows that gets her onto the street. So I got to get that one closed down.
You gotta put some wire mesh or something over it.
Chicken Wire Man coming up soon. That's what we're
Shri,
hoping.
I love doing this episode with you.
Let's wrap this up, Peter, by first thanking our several sponsors for this episode. It was kind of you. We enjoyed it. And then Peter, closes out, please.
I always love doing this episode with you, Shri. It's one of our favorites. We have fun doing it. It's a labor of love. We come together on some, we differ on others, but it still shows that one of the last vestiges of, though we both watched it streaming, the last vestiges of linear television is in terms of its reach is the Super Bowl, and it's a pretty important event. So with that, I'll say, Shri, thank you as always for
Peter. This is fun.
As we enter into our 7th year now. What, Shri? We're starting our 7th year of podcasting. Amazing! Can't believe we've been doing this. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We're gonna introduce a whole new series Shri and I have been working on. It'll be more culture focused than what we've been doing with the riff and what we do with our normal episodes.
For May, correct? After we visit SOCOM Live.
Yep. We're gonna start doing some culture. Shri and we're going down to Cagney in Florida. We'll be at ETEL and SOCOM. So a lot more to hear from us. All right, everybody. Thank you as always for joining us. We look forward to speaking with you on the next episode of
CPG Guys.
There you go. Talk to you later, people. Bye.
The content in this podcast episode is provided for general informational purposes only. By listening to our episode, you understand that no information contained in this episode should be construed as advice from CPG Guys LLC or the individual author, hosts, or guests, nor is it intended to be a substitute for research on any subject matter. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by CPG Guys LLC. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The views expressed by CPG Guys LLC do not represent the views of their employers or the entity they represent. CPG Guys LLC expressly disclaims any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, or inability to use this podcast or the information we present in this podcast.